There's a lot of Bionicle, like, a lot of Bionicle. And you know what? It's not enough. It's never enough. Please make more. Bionicle was so cool. I was obsessed with these things for a good chunk of my childhood. There are so many awesome sets and, you know, some other ones. So to celebrate Bionicle Day, I'm going to talk about my top 10 favorites. A lot of this is just based on my own nostalgia, and I'm curious what other people think, so please tell me your favorites in the comments. Alright, Bionicle Jam time.
Bionicle, Bionicle, Bionicle Jam. Bionicle.
Preston Stormer from Hero Factory is one of the coolest Bionicle characters to— No, I'm kidding, please hold your death threats. True Bionicle fans are not going to be surprised by this pick. We all love Clack, this beautiful, iconic creature. That incredible face with rockets coming out of the sides. This is peak character design, and if you disagree with me, I think you might be objectively wrong. You could only get this set if you were subscribed to Brickmaster magazine back in 2008. And this set is actually the entire reason I got a subscription. I couldn't live life without Clack and all 38 glorious pieces used to construct them. It even appeared in the comic, shooting Kurop with a laser that made him not evil anymore. Truly an awesome guy. Yet again, Bionicle fans are watching this like, yeah, Panra, obviously the 9th best Bionicle. All of the Rakshi are basically exactly the same, but they have different looking spears. And look, no disrespect to Layrak. We're all Layrak fans in this household, but Panrak's just a little bit cooler. I'm sorry, I think we can all agree on this though. The Rakshi are all pretty cool, except the one from Stars. That one was not... You can open their spines to reveal the Karata, and you can make them swing their spears back and forth. These are all awesome guys, but Panrak is just a little bit awesomer than the other ones. Also, probably should have put this at the beginning, I'm inevitably going to pronounce most of these names wrong. Choosing just one of these three for this list was so hard. These are my three iconic little guys, some of the sets I've had the longest. You can tell from how rough some of these parts look. I have this old picture of me with Toa Vakama, however, I lost their weapon as a kid, so disqualified. I feel like a better Toametru simply would have not lost its weapon. As a kid, I probably would have picked Matau. He has swords that double his wings, plus in the movie he was the cool, funny guy. But I've grown a lot since then. I'm elderly now, and Nuju just gets better with age. His crystal spikes are really neat tools, and while they don't act as wings, they act as snowshoes, which is so silly. I don't know, I go back and forth on these guys, so this spot goes to whichever one of these three you, the viewer, prefer in this moment. Pridak is a freak, and you know what? They own that. The Baraki are all just like nightmarish fish monsters, which are awesome, and they have guns that are just live squids that they shoot at people. The Baraki are the direct inspiration for Vector Despicable Me.
Squid Launcher! Oh yeah!
All of these guys are great, so why Pridak above all the others? For the answer, we must turn to My LEGO Network, or as I like to call it, Facebook if it was awesome. This was LEGO's social media site where you could make your own little profile, trade items with friends, play games. It was an awesome time. Anyway, one of the default stamps that everyone received upon creating a profile was Pridak Bionicle. This dude was everywhere, on everyone's profile, usually causing mass destruction. Prior to the Glatorian event in 2010, My LEGO Network didn't feature a lot of Bionicle stuff, and what was there was extremely hidden in the depths of the website. So a lot of us really came to appreciate this dude. A really good set, elevated by his role in the LEGO.com community. Number 6 is Tonuk. I don't even have a silly joke explanation for this one. This is a pure nostalgia pick. I think I just like weird little monsters. The Borak were especially cool though, just because of their shape. They look so different from everything else in this series. I didn't even get this guy when it was new. I got Tonuk in like 2008. I can do this with its head. I like this. My set is in pretty rough shape now. It can't stand up so well, but you know, it can sit just fine and it still remains one of my favorites. Spoilers for the rest of the list, Gretch is the newest Bionicle to make my top 10, and this came out in 2009. That's sad. Please, guys, make more Bionicle. 2009's Glatorian did have some really cool ones. Zesk would make the cut for sure if this was a top 15, but a lot of them are kind of just like, yeah, it's alright, yeah, it's cool. It's Bionicle, they're all gonna be cool, even Stars, kinda, but they aren't really, like, exceptionally cool, you know? Except for Gretch. This guy rocks. That cool mask, those two giant blades that combine into a shield, and of course the cool cactus gun. This guy's almost as cool as my dad, but not quite. And yeah, fine, maybe I was just really into that Glatorian arena game. "2008 was my favorite year for Bionicle, for two reasons. The first of which, they created some absolute ghouls in the first half of the year. Antros specifically is one of the wildest things LEGO has ever created.
Shadow, it's me, the devil.
This is like a demon vampire monster with giant swords. He can open up his ribcage to drop these orbs that open up to shoot out leeches that can turn people into evil little goblins. Antros is who I aspire to be. Fantoka just has a really cool setting. These mountains in the sky where the Toa shoot vampires with guns while flying around with jetpacks. Say what you will about 2008, but it gave us some of the coolest villain designs in the series. So, I have no justification for this one. I just think Decar is really funny. So many of my favorites are these huge, towering monsters, and this is just a little guy. I love that animation where he's just getting trolled for like 3 minutes straight. This guy goes kinda crazy style in the lore, but I'm just talking about the classic Decar set here. And whenever I send pictures of something to my friend, I put Decar in the frame for size reference. It's just become an ongoing joke. Mostly though, I just think it's a really cool set. It's just got a neat little design. No way, Tahu made the list? I was going to fill my entire top 10 list with Tahu sets as a joke, but it's actually already been done, so I settled on a real list. We've had so many great Tahu sets, plus a couple other ones. I considered Tahu Nuva from 2002 because of nostalgia. This was the design used in the movie, that one just okay Xbox game. He even used to have a Legoland statue. I still maintain that "Do Not Climb on the Toa" is by far the funniest sign I've ever had the pleasure of reading. I also considered the Lego Brick Tahu from a couple years back. Not really a Bionicle, but it is a pretty cool Lego set. I even briefly considered the 2015 reboot Tahu, just to get some reboot representation on the list, but I couldn't lie to myself. It's the boring, obvious pick, but I really like the original 2001 Tahu. This is the set that made Bionicle. It's iconic for a reason. I love the later Bionicle sets, of course, but I loved that the originals were just these short little guys, the big ol' goofy shoes, the giant hand. They really moved away from this style. I love the super simple sword. It's just a plastic flame, no detail or anything. And I love the mechanics of swinging the sword by turning the thing. Bionicle looked a lot more robotic early on, and I really like how these look. Obviously, a lot of nostalgia for this set, but also, I genuinely just think it's a really cool set. Before we get to number 1, a couple more honorable mentions that I haven't brought up yet. I really love 2008's Fantoka Toa Lua with Tanma, but these two really only work for me as a pair. Individually, they're both just alright, and I thought picking two for one spot was cheating. I like Kurop a lot, but unfortunately there were some ghouls I liked a little bit more. Tuma is really cool. This was the first big giant guy set I had, and I think the design is really cool, but I simply have more nostalgia for Clack. I really wanted to throw the McDonald's Gorast thing on the list, but I did kinda want the list to reflect my actual opinions, which brings us to number 1. On Christmas Day 2008, I got 3 Bionicle for Christmas. Tonuk from my friend, and then 2 others from my family. One of them would instantly become my favorite Bionicle set of all time, and the other was Mystica Golly. I said 2008 was my favorite for 2 reasons. The first half of the year had giant flying bat monsters, which was awesome, but the second half of the year had something even cooler. Giant bug monsters. I love cool bug monsters. It's my favorite Pokemon type. I draw weird little bugs all the time. This is kinda my thing. Bittle is neat. I like the giant blades and the goofy shield wings. Krekka is a really awesome design, but I didn't personally have this one. In another universe, this would probably be my favorite. But Gorast is just the coolest, because I had this one. Those giant transparent wings, the 4 arms, that crazy mosquito mask. And aside from the set, I thought her character in the story was really cool too. Gorast represents what I love the most about Bionicle. A giant absolute evil freaks. And being an evil bug monster enjoyer, this one just really speaks to me specifically. And those are my top 10 Bionicle, probably a bit unconventional, but that's the fun of making a list like this. Let me know your favorite Bionicle, guys, in the comments. Unless your favorite Bionicle is Swampfire from LEGO Ben 10, in which case, probably keep that to yourself.
Here we go, Bionicle Jam. Bionicle Jam. Hear the flow, Bionicle Jam. Bionicle Jam. Check it out, Bionicle Jam. Bionicle Jam. Here we go, Bionicle Jam. Bionicle Jam.